first-generation Oregonian and a longtime supporter of the Friends of the Library. In her many fine novels, she has presented portraits of Westerners, particularly of women, which defy the stereotypes and bring us closer to our real history.
I grew up in the Gresham area when it was still countryside, so we went to the Gresham Library, the Gresham branch of Multnomah County Library, and it was a drive. We had to drive to it. When I was really little, when I first learned to read, we lived in southeast Portland, and we walked 4 blocks to the Belmont Branch Library. But that was just when I was little. You could only check out kids' books on your kids' card. You had a children's library card. And I like to tell that story about having felt by the time I was 12 that I'd read everything good to read in the children's part of the library there and wanted to start reading adult books. But I was very, very shy, and I was afraid to ask the librarian what the rules were, and afraid that if I just went over and started looking at adult books that she might come and tap me on the shoulder and ask me how old I was or something. So I worked out my own little system where I would go and get out my kids' books really quickly and then go and stand by my dad. I was just helping him look, right? And he was standing in front of the shelves that at the Gresham Library were all marked with great big black W on the spine. He read only cowboy novels. So that was my introduction to adult novels, was the Two-Gun Cowboy books, and that has, I guess I've just never gotten over that because I still tend to read and write books about the West and the Western experience. Where I did most of the research and found most of the memoirs and journals about independent Western women was at Central Library in the stacks, in the open fiction stacks. I was looking for novels about women in the West, and then in the nonfiction stacks upstairs, looking for the memoirs and journals of women, independent women. I tend to have favorite novels rather than favorite authors. What often happens with me is that I will fall in love with a book and rush out to read that author's whole body of work and not like anything else as well as I liked the one that I fell in love with. So, and of course that will never happen with readers of my work, right? They will all uniformly love everything that I've written. I fell in love with A.S. Byatt's book, the children's book. In the past, I have absolutely loved Leslie Marmon Silko's novel, Ceremony. I think it's one of the great novels of the 20th century. I loved Pat Barker's novel, Regeneration. Being able to go online, find the book I want, and reserve it online, and even tell the website where I want to pick it up, and then go there and pick up the book. They let me know when it's ready, and I drop by and pick it up. I've always had a library card. That's how it feels, as if I've always had a library card, because we were poor. We didn't have very many books in our home, hardly any. I think I had a copy of Black Beauty, and I had Marguerite Henry's Album of Horses, and that was my bookshelf complete. But my sister and I grew up readers because our dad was a reader, and he took us to the library every week. We went to the library and spent a couple of hours in the evening picking out our books for the week. So as long as I can remember, I've always had a library.